Once upon a time, in the middle of winter, a lovely queen sat sewing at a window, the frame of which was made of fine black ebony. As she sat thus sewing and glancing now and then upon the snow, she pricked her finger, and 3 drops of blood fell upon the snow. She gazed upon the drops of red and thought to herself,
"Would that I had a child as white as snow, as red as the blood, and as black as the ebony of the window frame."
Soon thereafter, the queen had a little daughter, and she named her Snow White. However, soon after the child was born, the young queen died. A year later, the king married a second wife, who was a beautiful woman, but so proud and haughty that she could not bear to think that anyone could surpass her in beauty. She had a magical mirror where she would constantly gaze upon herself. After admiring herself for a moment or two, she would ask the mirror,
"Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?"
And the mirror would then reply,
"Thou, O Queen, 'tis plain to see, the fairest of them all is thee."
I am content, for I know my mirror can only speak the truth.
However, Snow White grew more and more beautiful as the years moved on, and when she was but 7 years old, she was more beautiful than the vain queen herself. At last, a day came when the queen once again stood before her mirror.
"Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?"
Thou queen possessed of beauty rare, must know that Snow White is more fair.
Did I hear correctly? It can't be. That child, a beauty more fair. There must be some mistake. I'll ask my mirror once again. Mirror, mirror, tell me true. Who is the fairest? Tell me who.
Queen, thou art of beauty rare, but Snow White is indeed more fair.
No, I won't hear of it. A child, a mere child.
The queen turned pale with rage and envy, and from that hour on, whenever she looked upon Snow White, her heart would turn upside down within her. Gradually she came to hate the child. At last, she could bear it no longer, and summoned a loyal huntsman.
You sent for me, my queen?
Yes, but first you must swear to secrecy.
Certainly, milady. I swear to secrecy.
Good.
What is it I may do for you?
I cannot bear to lay eyes on Snow White. You must take the child into the deepest part of the woods.
'Tis all but done.
And kill her.
Kill her?
You are to do away with her and bring me a token so that I am assured you have obeyed me. Go quickly now, so that I may never see her more.
Yes, my lady, yes, I'll.
Thus the huntsman called Snow White to him, and led her away into the deepest woods. There he drew his hunting knife, but he hesitated as he looked into Snow White's upturned face.
"Oh, please, dear huntsman, have mercy. Spare me my life."
Snow White, believe me, this is not to my liking.
"Oh, please, if you will but let me go, I'll wander into the wild forest, far, far away.
You know it's death to me if I don't obey the queen. Yet
And I'll never come back again if only you let me go."
I would rather help a sweet, innocent child such as you.
"You will? You will let me go?"
Yes. Just run away, poor child. The wild beast will no doubt do my work for me.
And as a young boar came running past, he killed it and brought back the heart to the wicked queen as a token to prove that Snow White was dead. And the queen promptly had it cooked and ate it. The poor little child, now all alone in the big forest, was dreadfully frightened. She heard the wild beasts roaring about her, and even the trees and leaves began to take on strange shapes. Suddenly, she began to run. She ran over the sharp stones and through the thorn bushes. She ran as long as her legs would carry her, till nearly nightfall, when she saw before her a little cottage. As the door was open and no one at home, she went in to rest herself. Inside, she was amazed that everything in the cottage was so tiny, yet indescribably pretty and neat.
Oh, small table with a white cloth, all ready for supper. Let's see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little plates, each with a little spoon and knife and fork, and 7 glasses with wine in them. Look at the 7 tiny loaves of bread.
Then, as she was so hungry and thirsty, Snow White picked just a tiny piece off each loaf of bread and drank just a drop of wine from each tumbler, for she didn't want to take everything away from any one of them. Then she noticed 7 little beds side by side, and since she was so very tired, she decided to take a short rest.
Ouch! My head! Oh dear, this bed is too short. I'll try this one. This bed is too long and narrow. If I shut my eyes, I might roll right off.
And she tried each bed, finding each one either too long or too short. This is to say, until she tried the 7th little bed.
This is just right. Oh, it's so comfortable.
And soon she was fast asleep. After the sun had set, the masters of the cottage came home. They were 7 little dwarfs who lived among the mountains and mined with pick and shovel all day for precious ore. As soon as they came in, they lighted 7 little lamps. And as the room became full of light, they saw directly that everything was not the way they had left it in the morning.
Hey, who's been sitting on my stool?
Look here. Someone has been eating from my plate.
Oh, somebody's been nibbling at my bread.
Look! Someone's been cutting with my knife.
Drinking with my goblet.
My fork has been moved.
And somebody's been meddling with my spoon.
Look here. My bed has been slept in.
Let me see. Look at mine. Look at mine. Someone has been sleeping in mine, too. It's all rumpled.
Mine too. I know. I fixed it this morning. There was not a wrinkle in it.
What's going on here?
I don't understand. My knife and my bed were used by someone else. But who?
My bed all tumbled and jumbled. Oh, my.
Mine, too. Tumbled and jumbled and wrinkled, too.
Here is the someone in my bed. Come here, look.
Look at what a beautiful child.
Careful with your lamp.
Don't wake her up.
Let her sleep.
I've never seen such a beautiful child before.
And the little dwarfs were so delighted that they did not wake her up, but let her sleep on in the bed. The 7th dwarf, however, slept with his companions, 1 hour with each, till the night had passed. When it was morning, Snow White awoke. Seeing the 7 little men tiptoeing about the room, she was frightened, but not for long.
What is your name, dear child?
Yes. Who are you?
They call me Snow White.
Snow White. Snow White. Delightful.
But how did you find your way to our house?
Did you come alone?
Well, my stepmother meant to have me slain.
Slain? How? Why?
She sent me into the woods with the royal huntsman so that he would kill me.
Oh.
But he felt pity for me and spared my life. After that, I was so very frightened that I ran through the woods. I wandered about the whole day and finally came upon your house. And I was so hungry and tired and frightened. Well, I'm sorry for intruding upon you in
Now,
this
just
manner.
one moment, Snow White. We must talk together. See, now look. Yes, ready. Very well. We'll ask her. Snow White, do you think you could keep our house in order?
Oh, yes. Yes.
And cook for us? And make our beds?
Well, worse, though, so.
And knit for us.
Oh, yes. Yes, I will try my very best.
And
keep everything very neat.
And very clean.
And orderly.
And home-like.
I will.
But if you do all that, you may stay with us,
Oh.
and you shall lack for nothing.
And we shall take good care of you.
Nobody shall ever hurt you.
That's
Yes.
We'll save you.
That's right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will try so very hard to please you.
And so she washed and sewed and knitted and kept house for the kind little men. One day the queen stopped in front of her mirror.
Mirror, mirror, tell me, pray, who is the fairest in the land this day?
Though here, my queen, thou art most fair, beyond the hills and dales there lies a quaint and ivied cot, wherein a maiden dwells. With 7 dwarfs she makes her home, and none disputes her claim. In all the world there's none so fair, and Snow White is her name.
What? But the huntsman brought me a token. Did he dare deceive me? He must have, for Snow White still lives. My mirror cannot lie. Oh, I cannot bear to think that someone lives who is more beautiful than I am. What shall I do? How shall I do away with Snow White? Oh!
The queen was furious. Her envy gave her no rest. At last she thought of a plan. She stained her face and dressed herself as an old peddler woman. In this disguise, taking up a basket filled with bobbins and bodice laces, she set out across the mountains, through the woods, to the little cottage of the dwarfs.
Good wares for sale, fine wares to sell. Good day. What have you to sell?
Oh, good wares. Why not open the door, child, so that I can come in and show you much better?
Oh, but I mustn't. The dwarfs told me not to let anyone in.
Surely they're not afraid of an honest old peddler woman?
Snow White unbolted the door and told the old woman to come in, not noticing her evil eye.
Bless me, child, how you do look. How badly your stays are laced. Come, let me lace you up properly with one of my nice new laces.
Oh, yes. Please help me. I always have trouble with them.
Oh, I shall have them done in a trice. 1, 2...
How quickly you lace.
3...
You're pulling them too tightly. I can't breathe.
There. That's the end of all thy beauty.
The wicked queen looked at the motionless child at her feet, then, turning quickly, rushed away. Soon after, the 7 dwarfs came home from their work. They were terribly frightened to see dear little Snow White lying on the ground without motion, as if she were dead.
What has happened? Oh, our dear little Snow White.
Lift her up quickly.
Put her on the bed.
Wait a second, look here, her whatchamacallits, her stays. Look how tightly she's been laced. That's why she cannot breathe.
Quickly, cut the stay laces too.
There.
She's opening her eyes.
What happened, Snow White?
Has anyone been here?
Only peddler woman to sell her wares. You let her in? Just for a moment, she seemed so nice.
That was no peddler woman.
It must have been your wicked stepmother, the queen.
That's right. It was
Take
probably-
care, and another time let no one in while we are away.
And you are alone.
Remember, Snow White let no one in.
By this time, the wicked queen had returned to the palace, and being certain that she had done away with Snow White, she once more stepped before her mirror.
Mirror, mirror, tell me, pray, who is the fairest this fine day?
Though here, my queen, thou art most fair, none dispute your right. Yet, in all the world, there's none so fair as beautiful Snow White.
No, Snow White still lives. I must get rid of that odious child. This time I shall think up something that will be the end of her for certain. Oh, yes.
Now this wicked queen had a great deal of knowledge of the witches' arts. She was, in fact, an expert, and thus she made a poisoned comb, so that whosoever used it would fall dead. Then, disguising herself once again, only this time very different from the time before, she started off over the mountains to the seven dwarfs' cottage. When she arrived there, she knocked on the door and called out,
Pretty wares for sale, fine goods to sell.
Oh, please, go away. I dare not let anyone in.
Surely you're allowed to look. Here, I'll hold up this beautiful comb so that you may see. It's just right for your ebony hair.
No, I'm not allowed to buy anything. The dwarfs have forbidden it.
You shall have it for your own. A gift from me, my child.
Gift? Oh, well, how very kind of you. May I see?
Certainly. Just lean forward under the window, and I shall show you how to use it. There, let me comb your hair properly with it.
Oh, how very strange I feel. Everything is so...
You paragon of beauty. Now you are done for.
After seeing Snow White sink to the floor inside the cottage, the queen hurried away. Fortunately, it was near evening, the time when the seven dwarfs came home. When they saw Snow White lying on the floor as if dead, they at once suspected the stepmother. Searching about, they found the poisoned comb. No sooner had they taken it out of her hair than Snow White regained consciousness and told them what had happened.
Well, and I just could not resist the beautiful comb. I told her I could not let her in, but she was such a nice old peddler woman. She gave the comb to me.
Snow White, what are we going to do with you?
You must not let anyone in again.
You are much too trusting.
Oh, I'm truly sorry, but she talks so sweetly.
Well, be on guard at all times.
Don't let any person
Come near you.
When we are not with you.
Right.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the queen had hurried home and had gone straight to her mirror. She could not wait to hear the answer she was certain she would receive.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
O Queen, 'tis very plain to see that Snow White is more fair than thee.
What? Still not dead? I will be the fairest in the land. Snow White shall die if it costs me my own life.
Quickly, she went into a solitary chamber, and there she made a poisoned apple. Outwardly, it looked ripe and tempting, of a pale green with red cheeks. But whoever ate even a tiny bit of the red part was doomed to die. When the apple was ready, the wicked queen stained her face and disguised her hair and dressed herself as a poor farmer's wife. Thus, she went over the mountains to the seven dwarfs' cottage, and upon arriving there, she knocked on the door.
What is it?
Lovely apples to eat.
No, I mustn't let anybody in. The seven dwarfs have forbidden it.
Oh, that's too bad, my child. But you must obey your elders. Oh, at any rate, take this pretty apple. I will make you a present of it.
No, please. I dare not.
Oh, you silly girl. What are you afraid of? Do you think this is poisoned? Come, you eat one part, and I will eat the other. I'll show you. I'll eat this pale green side. This green side is so juicy and sweet. Just think how good the rosy side is.
Oh, it does look good. I simply must taste it. May I have it, please? Oh, thank you. Oh, how delicious.
Just look at that. White as snow, red as blood, and black as ebony. This time, I am free of thee. Nothing can save thee. Even the dwarfs will not be able to waken thee.
And as soon as she returned home, she went immediately to her mirror. Stepping up to it, she breathlessly inquired,
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Thou, old queen, 'tis plain to see, the fairest of them all is thee.
At last, now my heart is at rest.
Was there peace for the queen? Only as much peace as can ever be had with a heart so full of envy and hate. Now, after the wicked queen had gone away, the sun sank down behind the mountains, and the dwarfs came trudging home from work. As soon as they reached the cottage, they knew something was wrong. Inside, all was dark and silent, and Snow White lay on the floor. No breath came from her lips.
The wicked queen again.
She has managed to tempt our Snow White.
Hurry, lift her up.
Perhaps her stays or lights too tightly.
Is there a comb in her hair? Look.
No, there's no comb in her hair.
Bathe her face with cool water.
No, with wine.
It's no use.
The dear child is dead.
We've done all we could, and now
She's lost to us forever.
The little dwarfs laid the child on a bier, and all seven sat down beside it and wept for 3 whole days. But when it came time to bury her, they could not.
Just look at her. She still looks as fresh as a living being.
Motionless to be sure, but so fresh and rosy are her cheeks that she seems to be blooming with health.
we cannot lower her into the dark ground.
No, never. She's as beautiful as ever.
And although we cannot make her, we shall watch her well.
And keep her safe from harm.
We shall make her a beautiful crystal casket to lie in, transparent so that she can be seen from every side.
And on the lid, we shall write in golden letters, Snow White.
And say that she was a king's daughter.
And when they had finished the crystal box, they gently laid Snow White inside and carried it to one of the mountainsides. They watched it by turns, so that she was never alone. There, among the trees and flowers, the birds of the air came and mourned for Snow White. Thus, Snow White lay in the coffin for a long, long time. Yet she still looked as though she were only asleep. One day, a handsome young prince who had lost his way in the woods came upon the crystal casket and the dwarf watching over it. He dismounted and stepped up to the box and gazed long in wonder. Then he read what was written on it in letters of gold. Snow White, a king's daughter. Oh, in truth, a more beautiful princess I have never seen in all the land.
That was the reason for her imprisonment.
Please, let me take this crystal casket home with me. I will give you whatever you want for it.
Oh, no. We will not part with it for all the gold in the world.
I know not why, but my heart is drawn toward this beautiful princess. Oh, if you will not take gold, then please give her to me, for I cannot live without seeing Snow White.
But we watch over her. 7 of us. In turns. There is only one of you.
If you will but let me take her home with me, I will guard her as my greatest treasure, for without her, I have nothing. The dwarfs took pity on him at last and gave him the coffin. The prince immediately called to his servants, who gently placed the crystal casket on their shoulders. Slowly they started to walk away. Then one of them stumbled, and from this jolt, the poisoned piece of apple which Snow White had bitten off slipped from between her lips. She opened her eyes. Lifting the coffin lid, she raised herself up and looked about her in astonishment. The prince, seeing her awaken, was overjoyed. He rushed up and lifted Snow White gently out of the casket.
What has happened? I don't understand.
My dear Snow White, you are safe with me.
But who are you?
I am the son of a king. Please come with me to my father's palace, for I love you more than anything on earth. Please, say you'll be my wife. Snow White soon fell in love with the prince and went with him to the palace, where their wedding was celebrated with great pomp and splendor. Now Snow White's wicked stepmother was also invited to the wedding feast. She dressed herself in her finest clothes, and before she left for the king's palace, she stepped up to her mirror. She could not resist hearing the mirror's response once more before she left for the marriage, feast, and ball.
Mirror, mirror, speak, I pray. Who is the fairest this fine day?
O Lady Queen, though fair thou art, 'tis known both far and wide. The fairest one awaits the prince. The fairest is his bride.
What? What did you say?
O Lady Queen, though fair thou art.
No, stop. I don't want to hear it again. I won't go to the wedding. I refuse.
'Tis known both far and wide. The fairest one awaits the prince.
But I shall have no peace. No peace at all.
The fairest is his bride.
No. I must go and see this young queen for myself.
The wicked queen uttered a curse, and in a rage rushed off to the palace to see for herself this bride who dared to be more beautiful than she. When she arrived, she was thunderstruck to see that the new bride of the prince was none other than Snow White.
No, it can't be. Snow White is dead.
But before she could turn from the ballroom and flee, iron slippers, which had already been put upon the fire, were brought in with tongs and set before her. Then she was forced to put on the red-hot shoes and dance until she dropped down dead. As for all the rest, the prince and the princess Snow White and the 7 little dwarfs all lived happily ever after.